Hi, everybody. Day one of online learning is done.
It's done.
That's my 6-year-old Caleb saying hello.
Can you stop saying that every single time?
Well, probably not. Anyways, I just wanted to go over a couple things with you guys that I noticed from day one. The first being that I'm so excited about how many of you did the attendance question like you were supposed to. Out of 90 students, there are 10 who did not do it. So please make sure you do go in and make sure you do the attendance question each day, because that's what we've been asked to do in order to keep track of who's doing school and who's not. So if you did not do that attendance question yesterday, it was about your which color you would prefer to paint your bedroom if you could choose. Make sure you go in and do that. And then the other thing that I wanted to tell you about is the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1s. I discovered that I can give you personal feedback on each of the questions on the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And so I went through all of them and I wrote feedback and I sent it to you. There's no grade with the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, but there were a couple really good questions in there that you need to know your status with. So for instance, the question that you had to correct the 4 errors on, although Mrs. Powers' students drives her crazy sometimes, she misses them very much. That was the one sentence you were supposed to correct. I gave you feedback to tell you if you had that correct or not. And so you should go back to that and see if you did it right. And then the other question that is helpful for you to know if you're on the right track or not with was the one about the figurative language. Come up with 3 pieces of figurative language regarding COVID-19. So make sure that you go back and look at my feedback that I gave you for that as well. And then the other thing that I wanted to do is just go over your checklist for Tuesday. So today is Monday afternoon, 4 o'clock. And when you watch this, it should be Tuesday. So when you get into your checklist on Tuesday, it tells you what you need to keep track of and what you need to do. And I don't know if you noticed this yesterday, but there's actually check boxes. And when you check the check box, it didn't do it for this one. I'll have to figure that out. But it should cross everything out for you. Either way, you can check things off as you go. And so you'll see that your tasks today are, you need to complete the attendance question for the day, and this tells you where to find that. And then I also added a column here about how much time I'm expecting these things to take for you. I would love your feedback. Are these taking you longer or shorter than what the time estimated is? All right. And then you're doing this right now, watching this video for announcements and lesson info. So obviously you're doing something right if you have found this video and gotten this far. So when you're done with that, check that off your list. And then I wanted to briefly talk to you about this new task that you have starting today. You're going to complete chapter 1 of the COVID-19 journal. All right. Starting today, you're going to have a journal that you do every day this week and then into next week, and we'll see how long. But you're going to have a copy of this slideshow right here in your Google Classroom. And it explains to you what this assignment is about. It explains to you that this is supposed to be similar to one of those I Survived books, and that you are a primary source. Right now, we are all primary sources for this pandemic, and that means we are an eyewitness account, firsthand original source, and we are currently experiencing something that's going to go down in the history books. It's a really big deal. And then this slide also tells you what a pandemic is, how it's a widespread occurrence of an infectious disease, and it's spread across a large region, in this case multiple continents, or even worldwide. Okay, sorry about that. I had to move outside. Yeah. So anyways, I was saying that this slide explains to you some vocab, what a primary source is, which you are, and then what a pandemic is, which is what we're experiencing. The next slide gives you directions, okay? It explains to you that this assignment is ongoing and it's supposed to be similar to one of those I Survived books. And the point of it is to keep an online journal that you can use to document this historic event that we're experiencing right now, okay? And so in your journal, you get to share what you feel. You get to be as detailed as you can, describing your feelings, any dialogue that you're hearing, things that you notice. You're the author of this story, and we want you to feel as though you are writing down the things that are important to you. And then I also want you to think about this. It says, don't feel limited to just words. You can draw, doodle, record yourself, or create a video to document a day in the life of you. All right. Each prompt is going to be considered a new chapter in the book. Okay. And each prompt should fill at least one Google slide. And there's examples for you on the next slide. All right. You can change the theme. You can add your own pictures. And then there's font specifications in there as well. Okay. So this slide has some example slides for you. Notice what we mean when it says that it fills the slide. Your writing should fill the slide. You shouldn't have a bunch of blank, empty space unless it's intentional for a purpose. All right. So today's assignment is chapter 1. It says, when I first heard about the coronavirus. So you're going to have to think back a little bit. Your prompt today goes inside this box, your response to the prompt. And that is where you are going to write about yourself when you first heard about the coronavirus. Okay? So put your thoughts in this box. You can add a picture, you can make a video, you can do a drawing, a doodle, but your thoughts go in this box. All right? And that's all you need to do for today. Another day we're going to do chapter 2. Okay? So we'll get there later. The last thing that you need to do before you leave today, and it's on this checklist here, is this, there's 2 things. You're going to read over the 5 ways to get free book slide and click on that and look it over. I want to make sure you all have a book by the end of class today, all right? And then I want you to do status of the class, and you do that by filling out this form. I want you to report to me which book you are reading, which page you are on. Maybe you're just starting the book, maybe not. And then just do as much reading as you can when possible. I know some days will be busier than others, and I know lots of you are really bored right now. So do what you can with the time that you have, and feel free to shoot me a message if you have a question. Thanks, you guys. Have a good day.